guys. We're pretty much all set up here, so we might as well just jump right into it. Um, okay, here we go. I realize that pretty much everybody else on the planet is talking about this right now, but I really have to give my take on this. People have been screaming about Pride Nights and hockey is for everyone for the last 10 years straight. I constantly see posts on social media about how these people have completely lost respect for their team. They're not going to watch them anymore. That we need to keep politics out of sports and that these people need to focus on hockey. The other day, we had an absolutely incredible game between the United States and Canada for the Olympic gold medal. The celebration for the win by the US was instantaneously ruined because we have the director of the FBI partying in the locker room for some reason, chugging a beer, acting like he's some sort of make-a-wish kid who thinks he's on the team for some reason. And keep in mind, guys, this was done on $75,000 of taxpayer money. He wasn't just there on a personal trip. For a governmental administration that is constantly complaining about waste, fraud, and abuse and how bad it is and how much money is being wasted in our government, that just seems a little hypocritical for me. I'm not really sure what chugging a beer in a locker room has to do with the FBI or national security. Um, all of these people want politics out of hockey on Hockey is for Everyone night, but for some reason they're completely cool with a currently standing government official just chugging a beer in a locker room with the team. That is literally inserting politics into hockey. Not only that, it's completely taking away from the victory of the team. That was the first gold medal win for the US in like forever. It was supposed to be a huge moment for the team, everything they accomplished, and Patel just barges in on them. I get a lot of these hockey players are conservatively leaning. I really do. But regardless, that was supposed to be a moment for the team and the team alone, and it got completely stepped on. Another thing that really bothered me about this situation is that the players that you would expect to decline the invitation were the ones that actually ended up accepting it. Donald Trump completely mocked the women's team with this misogynistic comment about how if he didn't invite them, he'd end up getting impeached. Players were laughing in the background when he said this. Jack and Quinn Hughes, their own mother is a development coach on that team, yet for some reason they still accepted the invitation. I don't know about you guys, but if somebody's talking shit about my mom while they invite me to a party, I'm telling them to fuck off. Anyway, in case you guys couldn't tell, I'm a Bruins fan. Charlie McAvoy, he's always been one of the biggest supporters of the LGBT community for the Bruins. It's probably one of the reasons why he's one of my favorite players. Yet for some reason he still accepted the fucking invitation. Not only did he do this, he gave Trump like this massive thumbs up at the State of the Union address with like an ear to ear grin on his face. You can tell I'm a little pissed about this. Jeremy Swayman, he's another story. At least he took the L and admitted that they should have reacted differently to the situation, but personally, I really don't buy that. The way I see his response is like if your husband was to go out, he was going to cheat on you one night with his ex-girlfriend, come home, and then tell you that he should have reacted differently to the situation and that he still has so much respect for you. Like, come on, bro. Let's be real. Tage Thompson's response, absolutely a complete joke. He's trying to be completely ignorant. He says to the media that hockey players aren't always plugged into the political noise, acting like he just doesn't know what's going on. Yet he's seen on camera at the event wearing a bright red MAGA hat. There's really not much more that needs to be said about that other than the fact that Tage Thompson is pretty much the kind of guy that takes pride out of farting in an elevator with other people in it. I'm not mad that the men's team went to Washington at all. The entire issue that I have is how much they completely fumbled the optics of everything. The women's team, on the other hand, they handled it with complete clarity and maturity. If anything, their reaction to the entire situation only shows more hypocrisy from the men's side. Hillary Knight handled this shit like a true captain would. She didn't dance around the situation at all and immediately called it out. She said that the joke was completely detracted from their achievement and that it was distasteful. It absolutely was. The team earned that medal just as much as the men's team did. The gold medal against Canada was an absolute grind that went into overtime, just like the men's game did. Team USA was completely dominant this year. They went 6-1. To turn an achievement like that into just a fucking misogynistic punchline is absolutely repulsive. All right, I think that's enough of all this USA hockey crap. I'm pretty sure I got my point across. While all this crap happened, it clouded up all of the other crazy stuff that happened this year. Let's start with Lindsey Vonn. This woman is absolutely insane in the most endearing sense of the word. 9 days before the Olympics, this woman ended up tearing her ACL in a World Cup race. And when she was asked about the injury, she said that the ligament was 100% gone. She didn't care. She wasn't missing the Olympics at all. She completed her practice run just fine. But unfortunately, she didn't make it that far in the race. As far as her practice run, she ended up placing 11th out of 43, but during her actual Olympic run, 13 seconds into her run, she ended up clipping a gate. She lost control, and, like, I'm not even joking, she catastrophically crashed. Like, had to get airlifted out and everything. I haven't figured out how to edit videos, like, or like clips or stuff like that onto my videos yet. Other than my cool little logo there. But seriously, Google these x-rays. It was such a bad injury that her surgeon commented that they almost needed to amputate her leg. On a more positive note, though, at the same exact event, a gal named Breezy Johnson, she took down the first U.S. gold in women's downhill in 16 years. She also ended up throwing down the fastest downhill time in her combined team event later in the games. And after the final race, she was proposed to by her now fiance, Connor Watkins. And speaking of engagements, let's not forget about the fact that our captain, Hillary Knight, ended up proposing to two-time bronze medalist speed skater Brittany Bowe. When they announced the engagement on Hillary Knight's Instagram, she said that the Olympics brought them together, but this one made it forever. I just thought that was so awesome. So anyway, that's what I got for you again today. We will catch you on the next video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment, and go ahead and hit me with a subscribe. Catch you guys later.